Meghan rushed into a car to avoid the crowd's snub. British's gate is hard to pass. Hello, friends. Welcome to the most exciting news of the day about the notorious hypocrite of the royal family, Meghan Markle, on our Kate Middleton and the Queen News version 2 channel. Meghan Markle's embarrassing latest image in the UK has made the audience extremely excited. She appeared with her useless husband and power couple William and Kate to greet those visiting the Queen. Here, this traitor was horribly rejected by the people, causing her to run straight into a nearby black car. Specifically, a source revealed that Meghan Markle appeared to be snubbed by a mourner as the Duchess greeted people outside Windsor Castle. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the Prince and Princess of Wales put their differences aside to greet well-wishers paying tribute to the Queen following her death on Thursday. The Fab Four reunited to thank mourners in their first appearance together in more than 2 years. Meghan and Harry famously stepped down as senior royals in March 2020 and have publicly called out the firm on a number of occasions since their departure. So, not everyone was pleased to see the Duchess of Sussex. The Duchess made her way along the crowds who lined the driveway, which was also the setting for her wedding to Prince Harry in 2018. One woman dressed in navy blue with her hair in a ponytail was seen dropping her head to avoid Meghan's eye line. She then looked up at the person next to her, smirking, shaking her head, and laughing. Others appeared to avoid Meghan, not reaching out their hands for a greeting, with one woman dressed in gray putting on her sunglasses as Meghan approached, also avoiding eye contact and brushing her hair to one side. A video of the moment was shared on social media with the caption, "Lady in Blue having none of it." But others were overjoyed to see the Duchess back in the UK, and others asked to hug the Duchess and offered her flowers in memory of Her Majesty. Crowds were pleased to see the four reunited as they broke out into applause as they approached. The Prince of Wales and the Duke of Sussex, living in California with Meghan, have been at the center of a well-documented rift amid the Megxit fallout. A royal source said, "The Prince of Wales thought it was important to show unity at an incredibly difficult time for the family." Finding Freedom co-author Omid Scobie said, "Wales had always been scheduled to greet well-wishers at Windsor Castle, but royal sources say the decision to invite the Sussexes was made in the 11th hour. It is, without a doubt, a significant moment in the history of the relationship between the two brothers." The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were already in the UK this week when the Queen's health deteriorated. The couple, who traveled to Britain as part of a mini European tour, are staying at their Frogmore Cottage home, which is a short walk from the Wales's new residence, Adelaide Cottage. Harry then made the trip to Balmoral on his own, arriving an hour and a half after the announcement of his grandmother's death. Royal experts insist that Meghan's attendance at the Queen's funeral is a mistake. She could be subjected to horrendous mental torture during this nationwide event. The punishment for traitors is not only the booing of the crowd, but also many other acts of rejection. One spectator commented, "How dare she? The public has had enough of this woman's mucking around, bullying, and thrashing our country and its people. What is the point of the two-faced woman's appearance to greet the public? Is this a joke to further humiliate the British public?" To think of the horrors this woman has committed, causing the 96-year-old Queen and her late husband heartache and worry over 3 consecutive years, up to a few days before the Queen passed over. Meghan Markle keeps out of it, will you? Just go. We have no wish to have your deathly ugly person around us. Some sources say that William's original idea was to invite Harry alone to the greeting, but Harry dragged his crafty wife along. One person said, "No, William didn't. It's a calculated strategy to rein in the rogues so the hypocrites could not auction off their unauthorized walkabout to Netflix." And even so, he only asked for Harry. But that useless thing had to drag in her maggot. Okay, let's be fair her. Perhaps she henpecked at her, or showed up without warning at the last minute. But to Harry's twisted narcissistic mind, it means he's in love with her. And to her squids, it means the hypocrites are welcomed back into the firm. They immediately proceeded to rub it in our faces and ordered us to bow to Princess Pet Meghan. Boo. The people will never forget the huge impact this pair had on the Queen's health by undermining all she stood for, even as the late Duke lay dying. This pair made up nasty stories, and Oprah gave them a platform, full of half-truths, self-pity, and racism, all found to be lies, not long after the Duke died. But that did not stop them from having digs here and there. Even when you could see the Queen getting frailer and frailer. I feel for the family, having to put up with both of them, no doubt through gritted teeth. I would have turned my back on her, rather than look at her acting like the grieving relative. My personal opinion is that I don't agree with Harry and Meghan joining the Prince and Princess of Wales on a walkabout, just because they're related. They stepped back from being working members of the royal family, and so had no place in being seen in public, especially after everything they said against the family and the UK. They should have just stayed indoors, out of sight, and paid their respects privately. They wanted a private life away from royal duties, so they should stand by that statement and stay out of sight of the UK public. A small interview took place right after the royal quartet finished greetings, got into a car, and returned to the palace. The question is, how do you feel when you see traitors appear with the future king and queen? One audience member expressed outrage. There aren't enough words to express my disgust that Harry and his despicable wife were allowed to appear in public like this. I was 7 when Elizabeth became our beloved queen, and my love, respect, admiration, and appreciation for her grew stronger over 70 years. She was the most incredible person and did nothing to deserve the hurt and disgrace this pair heaped on her and her family during her last few years. They are an utter disgrace, and I will never forgive their cruelty. True royal fans were displeased with some of the crowds making intimate gestures toward Meghan. One insider said, "People should have turned their back on her en masse. Can't believe these dimwits were taking selfies with her and embracing her. They must have extremely short memories of forgetting the trouble she's caused, not to mention the appalling way in which she's treated her own family. She's a toxic, lying, self-serving, narcissistic mattress." The British public was being played by Meghan Markle. How many times will she insult British people, mocking them? Paying for her wedding just for this spectacle, she called the UK a toxic nation and would never want to go back, would modernize the antiquated culture and heritage. But here she is, bringing all the Netflix crew to document how she was adored by the British public, despite the insults she's thrown at them. Despicable to the bone. What do you think about the harsh attitude of the British people when they see the traitor, Meghan Markle? Let us know your thoughts below in the comment section. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this newsletter. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.